Paris from Mount Eliza in Melbourne. How is everyone? So it's around 6:30 p.m, Tuesday the 2nd of November, Cup Day, and I said to Philip, I need to get out for 5 minutes to detox. And we just came down 2 minutes, literally the beach from our home. And I thought, well, we'll probably just be the only ones. And the beach is chuckers. You see behind me, I'm at Canadian Bay Beach, just down Canadian Bay Road. And I can't believe how many people there are here. There mustn't be too many people working tomorrow. So I said, anyway, I'm just going to watch because there's so many sandcastles on the sand, but there's so many people around. So many. I'll turn the camera around so you can see what's happening in the water. And down the, I'll turn it around and I'll show you what's going on. So we've got nice, that's that private club down there, you know, because we're all split in different demographics. The haves and the have-nots. And you've got the jet skis in the corner, in the distance, sorry. And there's so many people down here today. It's great. I'll turn this around, friends. Now today's Cup Day, friends, and you know that I'm against horse racing for obvious reasons, for the abuse in the gambling industry. But and you know I don't swear much, as in I don't swear as in on oath, right? But I swear this morning I knew number 4 kept coming to me clairvoyantly for the horse racing, and if I put some money on number 4, elegantly won number 4, right? So even Philip's a bit stunned that I got the number right. Anyway, of who won the Melbourne Cup. I don't know when these things are going to end soon if people don't change their attitude towards gambling, and you know the majority of people don't change and the governments don't sell their souls for the gambling industry. It's going to keep happening. Now friends, it's lovely being out and about and seeing people happy and music and all that, and I'm still, like I did last year, this time last year, still checking, you know, what the government, the politicians are saying and all, because we need to be on top of everything that they're saying. And Josh Frydenberg is saying that the international borders won't be open for too long. Of course not, because they allowed them open for the international people to come in for the horse racing, for the racing carnival, for the gambling, because gambling is huge in Australia, absolutely huge. And you know that the Chinese are huge gamblers, so are the Greeks. Did you know that? Greeks are huge gamblers. Oh yeah, you can see them all hanging out in the Oak Room at Crown Casino. And by the way, the only way you can get in Crown Casino is if you can show proof of vaccination. Well, they can stick it up their roulette tables, because we're not really interested in gambling and in that shit industry. And those who want to go can go. Oops. So I'm just be careful here. Anyway, there's a lot of people here. You can tell they're not locals of Mount Eliza. You can just tell from the demographic type of people. I'm really shocked. I really thought it was just going to be me and Philip down here. Now friends, we're very lucky that the weather makers made it perfect the day today, for the Cup Day to be perfect, for everyone to get pissed. The weather this week will obviously be nice for everyone to be spending all their money and their money and their time gambling and the rest of it. You do what you want in your life, I don't care, but don't go exploiting animals. You know, and it's interesting, isn't it funny, friends, how this time last week the masks were mandated, and suddenly now, even though there are alleged deaths from COVID, which I don't believe exists at the moment, right? Isn't it funny how there's freedoms? How contradictory is that? How contradictory? And Brett Sutton did say that he was going to be out of the media, but he reared his ugly head again today on Twitter, because I'm across these main social media platforms, and he's spinning crap again about people dying from COVID, and the ICUs are going to be full, the emergency units in the hospitals. Now quite a few people have got tents here. I'll show you what's going on. I haven't seen this before. Quite a few people have got their tents up. It's interesting. Philip, I think we should buy one of those too. I wouldn't mind one of those to have at home around the pool, you know. One of these tents, because it gets quite hot around the pool. Anyway, friends, there was a lot I wanted to tell you guys, but my mind's just gone blank because I'm concentrating here on the sand and not to sprain my ankle. Now, what the mistake we made last year, friends, this time last year, November, December. Oh, hi Vicky, how are you? Yes, I'm at Canadian Bay Beach. I tell you, Vicky, I thought it was just going to be just myself and Philip here, and there are so many people, it's unbelievable. I thought it'd be nice privacy because I just wanted quiet. I just wanted quiet because all day I'm liaising with people on the phone, on the internet. I've got noise with the parrots, you can imagine. And I just wanted some quiet. You grew up there, wow. Wow, you probably regret not being back here again. Ah, that's what I was going to talk about. Thanks for prompting me, Vicky. Now, the property market. Last night on Four Corners on ABC TV, right, there was a program about, called Going, about how the property market in Australia has gone boom. And I'll tell you my opinion on that. Now, I didn't have time last night to watch it on TV. I should have put my little microphone on the phone and I forgot. I hope you can hear me clearly. So I watched it on iTunes, on iView today, and I took notes about what the program was saying. In a nutshell, friends, they're saying that the property market has gone stupidly increased by at least 20% higher in the past 12 months. Why? Because people are saying to themselves, if they don't buy something now, they're going to miss out. This is in a nutshell what the agents are saying and what people are saying. That the Australians are saying, if we don't buy a property now, we're going to miss out. So while I'm, after I watch the video and while I'm cleaning, because I talk to you guys like friends, like I've got a crush as friends. So after I watch the video and I'm cleaning in the kitchen, the shit of the birds and tidying up and this and that, it came to me, the toilet paper syndrome. Remember what happened last year? A couple of people got toilet paper, got posted on the social media, and everyone, and me including, and everyone thought, shit, if we don't get toilet paper now, we're not going to have any stock, right? We were hearing, that people were stocking it up and taking it overseas. Oops, sorry, just the holes in. We can't go any further down. Doesn't go further down, all right, turn around, right? And I reckon, in my opinion, the same thing now has happened with properties. The toilet paper syndrome has become the house property syndrome. And what the agents were saying in this documentary on ABC, on Four Corners, was that people are buying properties online, right, without any building checks, because the first thing you need to do when you buy a property, even when you rent, you need to check if there's mold, you need to check if the foundations are right, you need to check you need to hire a building inspector, whether it's $500 or $1,000. And you need to check these things to ensure that the house is okay. So people are buying houses for over $1 million, $2 million or so, and they're not doing any building checks on them. And that is the most foolish, stupid thing to do. Right, even if you want to buy the property, you need to know how much money you need to spend to fix it. So I'm calling this the toilet paper syndrome. See, people were bored indoors, in their homes or whatever, the wives, the women, the men or whoever, and they thought, no, I'm going to go and get another house. So what's, in my opinion, interstate trying to buy houses. Okay, so Hobart, right, which has, the wages are 15% in Hobart, 15% lower than the rest of Australia, right? That's what they were saying. I'm just paraphrasing what they were saying. The property prices have gone up, I think it was 27%. 25 or 27% in Hobart, right? Isn't it strange, even though the wages are lower? Oh, I'm so glad you've got him on a leash. Even though the property price, it sort of makes you wonder how the property prices have gone up a lot in Hobart. But what they were saying about a lot of people from Sydney, because the property prices are so expensive, they've gone up to Queensland, Noosa or any parts of Queensland, to go and buy some property from there, to go and live there. That's why they moved, because this agenda that the elite are imposing on us is going to be all over the world. It's not just in Victoria or Western Australia or whatever. This is all over the world. It's not going to finish, friends. It's not going to finish, and I'll get to the protests later. Okay, so the reason why the property prices have gone so much up in Melbourne, Sydney and Queensland, in Queensland they've gone up because people from New South Wales, from Sydney and Melbourne are going up to Hobart. Now in Melbourne there's not enough stock, and what that means is that the governments, federal and state governments, are not rezoning areas. They're not calling certain, they're not allocating land to be zoned as residential. So the builders can't build more houses that people can afford, because the more houses you build, the more the prices go down. And what it is, it's all political. Well, this is out of the documentary and also what I picked up. So what they were saying is that Australians have built their wealth over the past 30, 40 years, have built their wealth from properties, whether it's investment or residential, right? You buy something for 100,000, you sell it for 500,000, right? The property prices from the 1990s have gone up 550%, according to this documentary. 550 fucking percent, and the wages have not gone up that much. And the wages have not gone up, not even 100%, not even close. So we have not enough properties in Melbourne because the governments are not allocating land to be rezoned as residential. And the reason why the government's doing that is because they don't want to piss off the Australians who are making money from property. Can you believe it? It's all about voting. Can you believe it? It's all about votes. It's disgusting, friends. Just disgusting. Just disgusting. And they were saying that, because even the agents were shocked that people weren't doing property checks, right? They were absolutely shocked. Let me just bypass some people here. I don't want to get my head knocked by any balls. Okay, so no property checks. People are buying properties without checking them. I tell you what's going to happen next year, friends. Next year, the year next, if not next year, so many of these people who bought properties, they don't even be subject to finance. They've bought properties without even ensuring that they can afford this plus their lifestyle. So a lot of people are going to sell their properties under the price they bought them. There's going to be a lot of bankruptcies, especially when there's separations and that. There's going to be a lot of problems because the husband's going to blame the wife for rushing, the wife's going to blame the husband. I'm calling the property market in Australia the toilet paper syndrome, because as soon as we hear that, oh shit, there's not enough toilet paper, what did we all do? We went out to get toilet paper, tissues, or whatever you want to call it. This is exactly what happened in the property market, and a Chinese economist or property analyst or whatever, she was saying in the doco that people, Australians, do not want to miss out, so they went out and they bought properties. What a stupid thing to do. I mean, if you can't afford something, why would you go and buy it? If you can't see something, like if you want to buy some fruit or whatever, it's nice to be able to see it, isn't it, before you buy it. And yet people are spending $1 million, $2 million plus or whatever on properties without even seeing them. I just can't believe it. I can't believe it. And these are not people who are desperate that need a home. Now, the rents have gone up a lot, and the regional's gone up because a lot of people who live in the cities, the main cities, have gone into regional areas, right? Because they can sell their properties in the metropolitan area, and they can get a bigger property and a bigger home in regional areas. Because a lot of people are doing that. The property prices have gone up in regional areas. As a result, rents have gone up. Because in the metropolitan areas, the rents have gone up. Now, Philip said to me that in South Bank, in the Docklands, which is an absolute hole, right, that no one's renting. The rents have gone down. Well, that's where international students were renting. It's all right, they're coming in slowly. There's planes coming in from China and Hong Kong all the time. And I know that as a fact, and I'll tell you why. Because I order things from China. They come within a week. I got deliveries today, friends. I mean, not everyone's got a day off today. Philip and I don't have days off. The couriers were still working. A lot of people are working. I know a lot of friends and others who are working. So don't think just because some of you have got days off that others have got days off. Right? Many people are working. I wish we could sit down somewhere, but there's nowhere to sit down. I forgot to bring my chairs. I've got some beautiful chairs, beach chairs, and I forgot to bring them. I should put them in the back of my car. Anyway, friends, so that's about the property market and about the protest, just briefly what I was going to say. Philip, can we sit somewhere? Philip? Can we sit somewhere? Hey, Philip. Can't hear. Can we sit somewhere? I forgot to bring my chairs. I can't sit on the sand. I won't be able to get up. Do you want to sit at the back there? Or not? Where do you want to sit? I forgot to bring my chairs. I don't have chairs in the boot, do I? So friends, about the protest, what I've been saying, I'm not anti-protest because I've been going to protest for years for animal welfare, for animal rights, right? A load of you for the first time did protesting this year or last year. This is not my first time. The difference is, friends, the people who are organising the protests are all from the political parties, Liberal, Labor, Greens, Nationals and all that. And they're making you believe that the protesting, the way they organise them, they're making you believe. Let me just sit down for a second. 1 second. Oh, I don't have the beach view here. They're making you believe, friends, that the protests, that by walking in the streets like ants, that we're going to change things. No, nothing's going to change, because that's not how protests are done. Protests are organised in a different way. They're organised more efficiently, more organised. You've got people up the front with megaphones speaking articulately and professionally. Not the way a lot of these idiots that I'm seeing on Parliament House, the way they're speaking and the way they're acting, you can tell it's all acting. You can tell it's just, it's all theatre. You can tell, I can tell, because I've been in protests before. That's not how you organise protests. When you do protests, you've got to also have some kind of structure. You've got to send emails, not letters. You can send emails. You've got to do things strategically and properly. And this is not what the organisers are doing. They are distracting us. 2 years now it's been, and nothing has changed. And if you think just because today we could get out and about in the beach or wherever you went today, if you were lucky enough to be healthy enough to get out, because there's a lot of people that are still in bed, not well. A lot of people can't get out. They're caring for sick children, disabled, ill, older people. Just because we're able to get out and about today, this happened last year too. And then January, February, they're going to start the shit again. Just like I said, Josh Frydenberg said that, we can't think that the international borders are always going to be open. This is going to be happening every year, and they're going to make it worse and worse. And don't forget, friends, that the Liberal Party Prime Minister last year said that he's not mandating the vaccines. He said this last year, but see, the problem with people psychologically, happens to me too, that's why I write things down, is that people forget. People have a short memory. Whether it's things that our exes have done, our partners have done, our children have done, anyone's done. Aristotle Onassis, what did he used to have? He had his little black book, and he used to write down the names of people who did wrong by him and what they did, so he would remember. Because especially when you meet so many people and deal with so many people in business, personal life or whatever, we forget these things. These protests are not achieving anything for us. The only reason we have a day off today, for some of us, some people, not us, for some people, is because of the cup. That's the only reason. And they're psychologically screwing us. Look at what they're saying on Twitter, look at what they're saying on Facebook and on Instagram and TikTok. MeWe, BitChute, and all the other ones that a lot of these groups are on, that have lured you onto these groups, they are all a distraction. They have achieved absolutely nothing. Nothing. They can do protests every day. It is all to distract you guys. To distract you from what, you'll ask me? From you getting on with your life, from you thinking laterally, from you progressing, from you realising that they've all fooled you. All these groups have fooled you, all of them last year. From 99% to the Australia one, all of them. They've all fooled you all. And this is why we're in this predicament that we are now. Because you all thought and trusted in these people, thinking that these groups would stop mandatory vaccinations, that they would stop mask wearing, that they would stop this and that happening. It's not. The reality is not what I'm seeing in front of me at the beach. The reality is that we've got major restrictions imposed on us. And I know that a lot of us get out and about to try and forget what's going on. We do that. I do that too. I hardly get out. When was the last time I got out? Right, I just needed a change of scenery because I'm flat out at home with all the work that I do. So this is what I've been saying, is that try and do whatever you can to get on with your own lives. Stop distracting yourselves with these evil videos from these evil political agitators, because that's what they all are. And if you don't want to hear it, friends, one day you'll realise what's going on. One day you'll admit it. One day you'll realise these groups are all fake. This is not how protests are done. You do not walk the streets and having dickheads up the front swearing and saying things and doing things against Dan Andrews or whatever. It's very clear if you look on media links, online, if you don't want to put on the radio or TV, Scott Morrison is applauding Dan Andrews for everything that he's done. Everything. Everything. It's not about fuck Dan Andrews and all them. This is all a distraction. They are all fooling you, friends. It's a whole lot of them, and this is what I keep saying. It's like the whole government. I'm trying to manifest it, but if most of you are following all the frauds, what can I say? Right? If this is how you want to live, that's fine. And no, something else, friends. It's the people that run the big businesses, they know what's happening. They know what's going on, but they're not saying anything because they're earning money, buying their gold, silver, copper, whatever they're doing, so they can have something. So when things get really hard, if you think this year was hard, next year's going to be harder, following year harder. They're going to keep doing this until they break us. And also my prediction also is that the more they break us and the more they get us to breaking point, and the more they spread stress, which causes illnesses and death, people won't be able to work, not me, because I'm not going to be in that situation. The more people won't be able to work, and what they're going to do, they're going to start importing cheaper labour. They've already started it. Look at my posts on my profile page. Yes, I know we had visas for backpackers from overseas. They said UK visas, but they're going to start importing cheaper labour from Asian countries, because that's how they do it. They start coming in as cheaper labour, and then suddenly they become, they get into government and all that. They bring them in on those terms. Anyway, friends, I'll turn the camera around so you can see the lovely view down here, down Canadian Bay. Right, that's the club up there, which is only for the stuck up their asses people. It's disgusting, really. I mean, this is public land. There should be, this is public land. There should be a public cafe. There should be a public cafe. And you've got the assholes here on this area here who've got it just private for themselves. That's how prejudiced it's everywhere. I just hate it, absolutely hate it. So this is Canadian Bay. And you can see there's a lot of people, and it's great that people are out and about, breathing in iodine, getting their fresh air. But these people are not local, you can tell. You can tell, I think they've come from Dandenong. I don't care where they've come from, makes no difference to me. As long as people are respectful with one another, I don't care where you come from. Anyway, friends, thanks for listening, thanks for watching. If you want to watch that video of that property, I suggest you all watch it so that you know what's going to happen with the property market and rental market, so that you prepare and you plan. It's on my page, it's from ABC Four Corners. Just go on my profile page on Facebook. And have a lovely Tuesday evening and have a great week. And I hope I brought some beach to you guys so you can be a bit, just to open your hearts and raise your vibrations. I'll turn the camera around again. And also this is Canadian Bay Beach down Mount Eliza. So the other day I was at Sunnyside Beach. So I wanted to show you a few different beaches just a minute from our home. It's nice, isn't it, friends? It's lovely. It's nice having a bit of music down the beach. It reminds me, friends, of the... Hi, Litza, how are you, darling? It reminds me of the beaches in Greece. How they've got, the bars and the music down the beaches. Whereas down Australia, they're so sterile. The beaches, you can't make any noise. You don't want to disrupt anyone, It's beautiful. So, hope that makes you guys a bit happy. For those of you who are not down the beach, you can't get out. Hope you like it. Thanks everyone for watching. Have a great Tuesday night. Remember, raise your high vibrations. Have a good dinner, a healthy dinner tonight. And don't get stuck into these evil videos that are just lowering your vibrations, while those who are organising them are accumulating their wealth and their well-being. Okay, we'll get there. We'll get there. It's going to be a very hard road, but we'll get there. Okay, everyone, have a fabulous evening. Bye.